Hi everyone, it's Cher from Cher Made Crochet, back for another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about a pattern that I had finished a few days ago. I just got it out of the wash. It is what I am wearing. Let me show you the pattern. So this is the pattern. It is the Siesta Sweater by Two Brothers blanket. There are some of the specs. If you notice here, it says the H hook. I don't have American crochet crochet sizes memorized, so I thought the H hook was a 4mm. It's actually a 5mm. So I used a smaller than recommended hook, and I just made a larger sweater. So I just wanted to point that out there. The yarn that I used is Bamboo Pop, and I used the color Granite and the color Super Pink, which is a very accurate name. For this one, I only used one ball. For this color, I only used one ball, and for the pink, I believe I used 3. So let me go ahead and show it to you. I'm going to start off by showing you a little bit closer of the lace. So there's the lace, and then here's the main portion of the shirt, and then it's got some detailing on the bottom. And the way it's worked in the round and turned rows, so you only have one side seam here. And yeah, I really like it. It's, oh, the other thing that I did differently is I turned it into a t-shirt rather than a sweater or a shirt that went down a little bit past my elbows or at my elbows, because I find sleeves like that to be, I fidget with them a little bit more, and I don't like it, so I took it out of the equation. So yeah, like I said, I used a 4mm crochet hook, thinking that it was the proper hook size to use. I was about 1/2 inch under gauge, and I'm sure that if I used the proper hook, I would have made gauge, but I'm completely fine with what I did because it made for a tighter fabric, so that this lacy bit was the only thing that you could see through, which is, since that is its purpose, I was okay with that. Let me see if I can, so like, yeah, there's, like, you can't even see the blue underneath my shirt, so I really like how tightly woven it is. It's a very easy pattern. I know it says that it's an intermediate, but I think the only thing intermediate about it is this section here. And even that is really easy once you get established. So after you do the first 2 rows, you're totally fine. It's a 2-row repeat, and it's easy to memorize. The only other finagling I did with this shirt is because I used a different hook size, and I also, because I couldn't meet gauge, I went up a size. So what I usually wear is a medium, and I just went up to a large, and that ended up fitting me perfectly. But I had to do more finagling around the shirt because the section here, it tells you, you know, how many times you need to do this section, and I had to add about 6 or 7 more rows to be comfortable on me. It wasn't stretchy enough for me to to use the rows that she suggested. So I did have to chart out per pattern so that I can figure out what the stitch count was so that I could do this, because more rows means more stitches. And the highest stitch count would not accommodate for what I needed. So I did my best to figure out what the stitch count was and go from there. And I really like it. It looks so good. When I first finished it, I didn't want to take it off. In fact, this is like the third or fourth time I've worn it, and I've only completed it for about a week, so I'm really happy with it. I just got this out of the dryer too, so yeah. It is, like I said, a fairly easy pattern to do. It's like a hand, you know, the solid part is probably the longest part to this pattern, because you work from the bottom up to a certain point, up to a certain measurement. That's the greatest thing about it. You work up to a certain measurement, and then you work the front part. Now, now that I'm reminded about the front part, I did want to mention that if there was anything else I would change about this pattern, because of my gauge issues, which I'm a very tight crocheter, so, and then I'm also using, like, I'm not using anything that she recommends. So of course that's going to lead to gauge problems. But one thing I would do is she kind of has you do a little bit of shaping for the front section. As you can see here, she has you do a couple of extra rows. And I would probably do about 4 to 5 more rows on top of what she instructs you to do. So yeah, it's fairly easy to finagle with to make it match what you want it. So I wouldn't even call it an intermediate pattern. I would call it a adventurous beginner. I would call it that. It's one that I look forward to making again. In fact, I think I have another one in the works. So anyways, that is this video for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked it. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.